Okay, so this is going to be our 20-minute workout to focus on stretching through tight shoulders, tight chest, tight low back, and some knee rehab. So we're going to start off with just a little bit of movement. It is a follow along, so what we're going to do, you're going to draw the belly button in, you're going to hinge at the hips, reach down for your toes. You're just going to, you can just hang out here, or you can shift your body weight side to side, get a nice little bit of a stretch through the low back. When we reach to the right side, we should feel that left hip. When we move to the left side, we should feel that right hip. Okay, when you're coming back up, draw your belly button in, stand up tall, and we'll do a nice big shoulder circle. And we're going to do again. Draw your belly button in, reach down, either level 1, just hang, or level 2, reach around to the sides. Draw your belly button in, come up tall, nice big shoulder stretch, nice big circle, and one more. Hinge, tuck your chin in, stretch, stretch, belly button in, stand up tall, and a nice big upward stretch. Okay, from there, you're going to bring your left hand onto the wall. You're going to use that elbow as an anchor, and now I'm going to turn my left hip to the right. We should be feeling a nice, gentle stretch to the pec and shoulder. At all times, the important thing is to listen to your body. If it doesn't feel good, back off from the stretch, or look to find another way of stretching it. In terms of your breathing, you want to breathe into the stretch. So big inhale, exhale, and try and stretch a little bit more. Each of these stretches we're going to hold for about 60 seconds. The reason for that is we find that the longer we hold, the more the muscle relaxes and the muscles around that relax, so the deeper we get into each stretch. And relax. Shake it out. And now I'm going to change side. Right hand up. I'm going to turn my right hip to the left. Okay, so now after stretching my pec and my shoulder, I want to go in a little deeper into the tricep and the lat. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come in nice and close to the wall. I'm going to rest my left elbow on, and I'm going to bend my hand down behind my back. So straight away I should feel that tricep stretching. Now what I'm going to do with my left foot, if I want to go deeper, I'm going to bring it back behind me. And I'm going to drop that left hip, and now I can feel that stretch going into my lat. Again, just nice deep breaths. In through your nose, out through your mouth. And again, I don't know if you heard that or saw it, but something that was tight let go, and I went a lot deeper into that stretch. Out and come change side. So I come in nice and close to the wall, my right hand comes up, I'm going to bend my right hand down behind my head so my right tricep is stretching, and now because I'm in close to the wall I can take my right foot out behind, and now as my hip sinks I go deeper and I stretch into my lat. So I'm going to come out of that for a moment. And now I want to do some sit-down stand-ups. Now we have two options. We can use a bigger seat, or we can go something a little lower, like the edge of the couch, and I'm going to use that. Okay, so we can just do the basic sit down, stand up, rest your hands on your shoulders, sit down, pause, use your hands to drive the hips. So that's your basic level 1. Level 2, we can come down and add a nice little stretch through your T-spine. Use the hands, stand up tall. Slowly sit down. Slowly sit down. And with this, we're looking to strengthen the quads, the glutes, hamstrings. Your abs are engaged, so we're strengthening the abs. And ultimately, we're looking at strengthening knees. So the more work we can do on those areas, the stronger the support muscles around the knee become. And then this T-spine stretch, that's just bonus. I'm going to do one more. Okay, so I'm going to come back to another big stretch. This time I am going to step my right leg in front. Now with this stretch, what I want to do is I want to open out that right side, so stretching into the shoulder, the obliques, the hip and the low back. So I'm going to come in nice and close to the wall or a railing. I'm going to step my right foot in front. My right hand goes up overhead and my left hand is for support underneath. And all I'm going to do is pop that right hip out to the side. I'm just using a wall. I don't have any grips to push a little further, so I'm just going to go gently into it. And again, if you're finding this is too much, we can do push out, pause, come in and relax and repeat, or we can just hold a nice metric hold out here. 3, 2, and 1, relax. Now, the key with this thing, usually we do the same leg in front as the arm has come up, but we can also change legs stances. For some people, they find this gets into their low back a lot better. So I always say experiment, try both ways, see what works best for you. I'm going to shake it out. Just going to give my head a nice little turn. Trying to stretch my traps. I'm going to drop my ears to the side. A lot of times with tension in our back, it can go right through the shoulders into your neck, into your head. So we want to make sure that we're working on the mobility of those areas as well. Okay, so I'm going to change sides. So I'm going to start off with my right hip against the wall. My left leg comes in front. My left hand goes up overhead. Right hand is low and I'm going to push my left hip out. Shoulders a shrug. I'm going to do the same thing but change my leg stance. This time my right foot comes in front, left hand goes up, and I'm going to push my left hip out to the side. Shrug out my shoulders. Okay, So I want to come into a little bit of spinal flexion and extension. Again, I've got two options. I can use something that's high up, like the back of a chair, something that's a little lower down, or even the edge of the seat. For this purpose, I'm going to use the seat. All I'm looking for is scapular protraction, retraction. So what that means is from the side, if I'm upright, I'm going to round out through my back. I'm going to stretch this way, and I'm going to pull it back as far as I can. At all times, we want to make sure that the head is neutral, that we're not pushing our head or chin forward. So this will be our basic level 1. Level 2 will be coming to a height. So soft through the knees. What I'm going to do is protract, retract. And all I'm looking for is a little bit of movement in my T-spine, in the thoracic region. I can go a little further and add some lumbar mobility. So I could do a full round of my whole back and then push everything long. So now I'm taking the low back into it. But I would say start just on the upper body first, and then when you get comfortable, you can add the whole lot in. Okay, so I'm going to leave the chair out of the moment. With the next one, I'm going to step back to a reverse lunge with an overhead reach. So I'm looking a little bit of hip mobility and shoulder mobility. So what I'm going to do, left leg steps back, left hand, big reach. So it's not so much reach over, I want to look for length. I want to try and elongate here, so I'm reaching up and over. Stand up tall, change side. Right leg goes back, split stance, right hand comes up and across. Inhale, exhale. One more each side. And then I'm going to move on to some knee specific strengthening. And relax. Okay, so over here, it's something I had set up earlier on. I just have a resistance band set up. It's anchored under the couch. So what I'm going to start off with will be a hamstring curl. So with it, I'm going to wrap my foot around the band. I'm sitting up, I've got nice tall posture, I'm drawing that belly button in, and all I'm going to do is squeeze that hamstring as I bring my heel back as far as I can comfortably go, and then relax. Oh, that band has come loose. I'm going to squeeze back, and then slow release. Let me just adjust this. So what I'm working on is that hamstring, strengthening the back of the knee. A couple of things when we are sitting there, we want to make sure we're not slouching or keeping our abs tight. I have the chair set up with the back not supporting me, mainly because I can turn around and I could do quadriceps strength. For the purpose of this video, I'm just doing the right side. All this I recommend doing a second set, so you would replay at the start of the video, and that time you can just move to your left leg. And last one. And why I'm just doing the one side is it's just easy to spin around, face the other way, keep that band on my foot, and work my right side. Okay, so nice tall posture. Actually, let's do that left side so you can see in the video. Okay, so I got a nice tall posture, bands around my foot. I'm going to bring it out, pause, and then slow release, eccentrically controlling it. Bring it out, pause, slowly back. The most important thing, you adjust your seat as far away or as in close as that strength can take. I'm going to do 2 more. So the other thing to consider with knee issues is not only are we looking at stability, mobility and strengthening, but a lot of times the muscles in the support, quads get tight, hamstrings get tight, the adductors get tight. So we're going to do a quick adductor stretch. So I'm going to leave my one leg out at the side and I'm going to bend my standing leg where most of the weight is on. And I'm feeling a nice stretch and down that right side. Another way of doing it is if you do have a step, you can put that foot up on the step. It makes it a whole lot easier. So I'll actually do that variation on the left side. So my left foot, I'm going to put it up on here. And now I can feel that stretch, the exact same stretch I was getting with this time, both knees are straight. Again, it's important that we're stretching and strengthening adductors, quads and hamstrings. Okay, and then in terms of quadriceps stretching, we can do things like heel to bum, so we can do a set of walking, heel to bum or standing. If you have the flexibility, we can grab on and hold. But for this purpose, I'm just going to do it standing because I like to create that movement. Hamstring stretch we already did at the start with our forward fold. And I'm going to do one more exercise. This time it's a hip circle. So drawing my belly button in, I'm going to bring my knee up and open to the side. Knee up, open to the side. If you're lucky to have some space to do it, we can do it marching. So I'm going to come forward, nice tall posture, knee comes up, hip height, and we circle around. And turn back. And if you don't have the space, standing on the spot is good. 3, 2, and 1. And there we go. That's our basic 20-minute back stretch, hip stretch, and knee mobility. Thanks for watching, and enjoy.